Greetings, beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of Inspirational Spotlight. Today's inspiration is Jewel Theas Williams, who is the owner of the oldest Black LGBT club in the world. And it all started back in the day. It was the late 1960s and the early 1970s when Black LGBT people had to show like one or more pieces of ID in order to get into the white-owned gay clubs. But at the same time, white folks could just simply walk in. Jewel and her friends, well, they got fed up and they were tired of being mistreated. So she took it upon herself to open up the Catch One. But first, you have to recall a couple of interesting historical facts in order to appreciate this major feat. First things first, Jewel has always been an entrepreneur. She owned her own business. She had a women's clothing store originally, or what they call a women's boutique. And she was doing pretty well for herself until the recession in the early 1970s. But Jewel didn't let that discourage her. She just kept trying to figure out how to create a recession-proof business. And so her brother suggested that she own a liquor store, but she really wasn't feeling that. And then she came across an ad in the paper. A local bar was for sale. Now, coincidentally, the bar happened to be across the street from where she was working. And she also knew that it catered to only white people. Although she had absolutely no bartending skills and no business know-how in terms of running a bar, she started borrowing money from people and pawning her personal possessions to raise the funds. And once she had it, she would encounter another obstacle, and that was California banned women from tending bar. But at the end of the day, this didn't give her pause, and she went on ahead and bought the bar, and 40 years later, she's still in business. Now, the Catch One has had its ups and downs over the years. The building on Pico Boulevard would evolve from a single bar into a multi-level club with 3 dance floors, 3 bars, and a vegetarian restaurant, or what people call a vegan internet cafe. But still yearning to do more in the community, Jewel has opened up a holistic health clinic that offers health care to the underserved and uninsured in the community. It's a nonprofit called Village Health Foundation. Now, an interesting tidbit of information about Jewel is that she is certified in alternative Chinese medicine. And she and her spouse, Rue, also founded Rue's House, the first residential home in the nation for homeless women and children with HIV and AIDS. But Rue's House would eventually close its doors in 1977 due to the lack of need and the medical advancements in HIV and AIDS. But then they reopened it again, and now it's called the Village Manor. It currently serves recovering adults with substance abuse issues. The road wasn't easy for Jewel because in the early days of owning the bar, she had death threats and threats of arson against her because some felt that she was stealing Black gay patrons from other white gay establishments. Even the feds occasionally came by and threatened to shut down her business. But Jewel took it all in stride. She took it all with a smile on her face, responded in her typical warm demeanor. She kept going because she knew at the end of the day, she was doing the right thing. Jewel Theas Williams, today's Inspirational Spotlight.